guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to go on an adventure, and you're coming with me. Now, today I wanted to kind of walk you through all of the steps that I personally take in order to request early copies of books, or advanced reader copies, or ARCs is what we shorten it to. So advanced reader copies are early copies of books that are sent out to reviewers to read if they want to, and kind of get the buzz out about a book before it's released. Now, I have been reviewing and requesting books for a couple of years now, actually quite a while, probably at least 6-7 years. So I have this down to a process that is comfortable for me and what has been successful for me in the past. So this is kind of how I do it, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because I do get a lot of questions about requesting and how to go about it and do all that thing. So let me go ahead and show you how I go through this. We're going to go through the entire process. We are going to be requesting 5 different books today. I have 5 upcoming releases that I am anxious to get my hands on, and so I'm going to reach out to these publishers and I'm going to ask for early copies. These are all 2025 releases. And I'm going to show you how I figure out who to reach out to about them. The email that I send, I will share that with you guys as well, so you guys can see that, and how I tailor the emails to the publisher and the book that I'm asking for. And then we're gonna go through the whole follow-up as well. If I get a response from these emails, I will share with you what those are. Sometimes they can be a yes, absolutely, we'll put you on the list. Sometimes it can be a not at this time. Sometimes I won't even get a response. It just depends. So I'll share the responses with you as well. And then if I end up getting physical copies of any of these, I will unbox those with you too. So we're going to go through the whole thing today. And I'm just going to keep this going until all of these loops are closed, so you can kind of see the whole process of it. So today is September 4th, and we are going to send 5 emails today about these books. And let's go ahead and get started. So let me show you how I prep for this. The first thing I do is on a Word document on my computer, I have a saved template of an email that I send. So whenever I ask for an early copy of a book, this is the template that I use. I'm going to screen share my screen here so that you guys can see it. If you want to pause and read through the whole thing, that's totally fine. Whatever you want to do, but I'll make it big for you so that you guys can see. But I'm going to show you what I include in it. Okay, so this is a copy in a Word document that I have on my computer. So the first paragraph here is an introduction to myself. So my name, that I'm a book reviewer on BookTube, I do weekly videos, kind of the types of books that I'm into, the age ranges I read, and I also do talk about that I earned my master's degree in library sciences, and that's one way that I spread my love of reading. And I talk about some publishers that I have previously worked with before, so that they know that I have worked with publishers before. So this isn't my first rodeo for this. I do have a blank, like a couple of spaces here. This is where I will insert the book that I'm requesting, why I'm requesting it, why I'm excited about it, and just kind of tailor the book specifically to the publisher that I'm sending the email to. And then here on this one, it is kind of if you're sending out review copies, I'd be so honored to feature them on my BookTube channel. So I kind of make a little bit of an idea of what I would do with the book if I receive it. So I would talk about it in multiple videos on my channel, definitely hauls, a wrap up when I read it. I don't promise to read it before the publication date. I don't make promises like that. But I do say that, it may show up in tag or recommendation videos in the future. And then I do say I would love to feature it in an Instagram post on release day. That is something that I do commit to. I will commit if I get a physical copy of a book, that if I get an early copy, I will do it on release day on Instagram, because that's very easy for me to do. So that's something that I do commit to. I don't commit to reading it before release day, but I do commit to featuring it. And then down here, I do have links to all of my social media
sites here so that they can see. So I have my YouTube channel with the link, and then I put in parentheses how many subscribers I have, and I kind of round down. So I have more than 9,600 right now, but I don't have 9,700. So I just put 9,600 plus. And then for Instagram, here's my link, and then my followers. For Goodreads, same thing. I do friends and followers because friends and followers are two different things. And then I do have my Facebook page as well, because I do talk about books on Facebook and I kind of share stuff. So I just kind of put, my friends. And then I do a thing that says my statistics are current as of September 2024. So I updated this morning just to make sure everything was correct so that they know how current it is. And then I add all these up and I put the total here across 4 platforms. So across these 4 platforms, this is how many people are there. That just kind of helps give them a good indication of the following that I have. And then I always say thank you so much for taking the time to read this, and I appreciate the consideration. And then I do include my name and my shipping address. I do that because a lot of times people could read this and say, oh, sure, we'll send one to her. And I don't get a response, but since they have my address, they'll go ahead and print a shipping label for me and they'll just send me a book. That has happened quite a few times where I don't even get a response, but I just get the book in the mail later on. I also include the name of my booktube channel because that's my main social media here that has the most influence. And then I do include my NetGalley email as well, just in case they want to send me a pre-approved NetGalley link. I'll get that a lot as well. And then they already have that there. And then sometimes they'll send me a link and say, here you go. So that is my email template. Now, what I will do is when I'm ready to send an email, I will highlight all this and then I will copy and paste it into an email. And then I will go back in here and I will type out all the, specific books and all that kind of stuff. But this is stuff that goes out to every single time I am requesting a book. This is what goes out to the publishers. So that is my email. So now let's talk about some of the books I'm going to be requesting.
Okay, so like I said, there's going to be 5 books that I'm requesting today, and they're all 2025 releases. The first one, I'm going to go kind of in order as best I can. So in January, there is going to be Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Comes out January 14th. I really want to read that one, and I know that there are physical ARCs flying around. I'm seeing them online. Also on January 14th is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. Now this one, I've not seen any ARCs going out, but I feel like the time frame is good to ask for January ARCs at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and just see if they're sending any out, if they're even sending any out, to be honest. So like trying to get on that list, even if they're not going out quite yet. Also in January is a Murderbot Diaries bind up. So the Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells is a series of science fiction shorter novellas, and they're binding them up. So they're going to have, I think as of right now, 3 volumes, which each have 2 books in them. So I'm going to ask for the first one. I think they're all being released in January because this is not a new series. This is stuff that has been published before. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for volume 1 just to see if they're sending them out to reviewers. I don't know if they are, but it never hurts to ask the question. So I'm going to ask for that because that's definitely a series I'm very interested in. And then we are looking at actually a March book. And the reason I'm asking for a book that comes out in March is because I have seen physical copies of ARCs going around, definitely on the author's Instagram. And that's This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. She just unboxed a box of ARCs. So I'm hoping that means if she has them, then the publisher has them and they're ready to start sending those out. But that is one of my most anticipated books of the entire year next year because that is a new thriller from her. And I love her thrillers. So I'm going to ask for that one. And then there's one in April, which is a little far away. It's Where Shadows Meet. This is by Patrice Caldwell. And the reason I'm asking for this one so early is because there has already been a Goodreads giveaway for this one where they were giving out ARCs. So I know that they exist. So we're going to go ahead and see if I can get either a copy now or at least get on the list to get one if they're going to be sending some more out later. So timing. I feel like 4 to 5 months ahead of time is a good time to start asking for ARCs. because that is kind of when they start receiving them and when they start thinking about who they're going to send them out to and start getting them out, because they want to give people enough time to read the book and to start sharing and talking about it. So I think, 4 to 5 months ahead of time is a good time frame. So April, it could be a little early for the April one, but I'm still going to go ahead and ask just because I know that there's been a Goodreads thing already and I did not win it. I tried. But yeah, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen here, but I think definitely the January books, this is the sweet spot as far as timing goes to go ahead and start asking for those. And then the later two, it's only because I've seen them floating around already, so I know that they exist. So we're gonna ask for one. Okay, so now that I have my list of books that I know I want to request, I need to figure out who to send these requests to, because I can have an email all I want, but I need an email address to send it to, right? So we're gonna go back to my computer. We are going to, I'm gonna show you where I personally figure out who to send these to.
Okay, so I personally use Amazon for this. It's the easiest one for me. So I will go onto Amazon. I will look for the book that I am interested in requesting. As you can see, I've already started researching these. So we're going to start with Alice Feeney, Beautiful Ugly. So I'm just going to click on the book itself and bring up the information. Now, this brings up all the stuff. So as you can see, this one is going to be released on January 14th, 2025. And down here, it gives you like the print length, language, all that stuff. The publisher is what we're looking for, Flatiron Books. So that is who I need to reach out to in order to request a copy of this book here. So Flatiron Books is who I'm going to be looking at. So from here, I will start a new tab and I will do a Google search for Flatiron Books. Or I'll do Flatiron Publishing, actually. Okay, so let's see. These are for submissions. I don't want that. Okay, so the best thing to do is to go to their website, their main website. So here's Flatiron Books, okay? And let's go ahead and usually you can find it under contacts. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So for media inquiries, please contact this. So this is who I'm going to reach out to for media inquiries, which is what I'm doing. I'm asking for an early copy for media purposes. That's not my, okay, so I'm going to do copy email address right there. And then I'm going to open my email and I am going to copy and paste my email there. And I will show you, after I do that, I will show you what I personally put in there as well. Okay, so I have my email here already done. I have the email address right here. And then in the subject, I always put advanced reader request. That way they know what I'm asking for, what the email is going to entail. So I will put that in there and then I will put the title and author in the subject as well. That way, if this goes to somebody and they know who they can forward it to, as far as, publicity people and agents and all that, they can send that along if they need to, or if this just goes to a person who handles all that, that's cool. But at least they know what I'm looking for just by the subject alone. So here is my copied email. And then right here is where I put the more detailed things. So I always say I'm reaching out to ask if you're currently sending out ARCs for this title. I always italicize the title as well. And I talk about how I'm a huge fan of her work, and her last book, Daisy Darker, was a favorite of mine for the year. So I'm bringing in another one of her works that I have read, and that the year that I read it, it was one of my favorites of the year. So just anticipating her new book, already heard great things, and I love her writing style. So that's how I kind of tailored it to this book specifically. And then, all the rest is all the same there. So this is ready to go, and I am going to go ahead and hit send. So that is the first one there. So now I am going to keep going. As you can see, I already have an email up here. This one was about the murder bot. That's from Tor.com. That's how I found out about that coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and request that one. Let me scroll down and show you what the cover is going to look like. But I'm going to go through and do this. So here's the murder bot series. So as you can see, this is volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. And this is going to be coming to Apple TV as well, which is really fun. So I'm going to be requesting this one right here. It has the first 2 volumes.
But I'm going to go ahead and do emails for all the rest of them as well. And I'm going to follow the same situation where I am figuring out the publisher, going to their websites, figuring out who to send the email to, copying and pasting the email. So I'm going to do this for the other 4 books that I am requesting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I won't show you because it's the same thing. But just to give you an example of how I do it with the Beautiful Ugly, that's how I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and send these now. And then when I get any responses, I will let you know. So I'll update you after that. So hopefully we'll hear something soon. Sometimes they can get back to me really quickly. Sometimes it takes a while, just depends on the publisher and what's going on with them. But I will definitely keep you updated. So the next update should be whenever I get some feedback.
All right, automatically, I've already gotten a couple of responses here. So this one is for Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. So I reached out to Berkeley and I found the publicity and media request email. So I got an automatic email back. And it says here that if you are an influencer with a question or a request, please note that all influencer communication is handled by our marketing team, and then they give me the address for them. So I'm going to go ahead and just resend my email from my sent folder and add this email on there, like change the email to this one instead because that's where they said that needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I also got one from Tor, which is this one right here. So this was for the Martha Wells Murderbot Diaries, and this one just says, if you are requesting a review copy, you will be added to the corresponding request list and or your message will be forwarded to the correct publicist. So that's why I put the title of the book that I'm asking for in the message. So they're going to forward this to whoever's handling the publicity for this one here. So those are 2 just automatic that I got back within minutes after sending the emails. So I just wanted to kind of show you that. But I'm going to go ahead and resend my one to Berkeley for the Grady Hendrix book real quick.
Hey guys. Okay, it is September 11th today. And I just got an email this morning from Berkeley about the Grady Hendrix book. So I'm going to read it a little bit to you. So they say, hello, thank you for your interest in Berkeley books. Please note this is an automatic response. Okay. An e-arc of the title you requested is attached in this email. So they have given me a digital copy of it, which is probably from NetGalley. And that's one of the reasons I put my NetGalley email in here as well, in case they want to just go ahead and do that. Sometimes that can be much easier for them. And yeah, so it gives me like a widget, which is a picture of the book and a link. So it also says you are not required to post about the book. However, if you choose to share books from this or any other Berkeley on social media, then we require you to use thanks for the free book, tag us. This signifies you were given a free copy of the book and you legally must include the word free. So if I post about this before publication, before I have a finished copy, I have to say that it's free, legally speaking. So, and then they give me a couple hashtags to use and stuff if I decide to do it. It says I'm not required to post about it, so I don't have to post about it if I don't want to, but if I choose to do that, then these are requirements. So this is definitely an email I need to save so that if I do decide to post about it as an ARC, then I can have that information. But I'm gonna go ahead and click on here, and yep, it takes me to NetGalley. So I'm going to log into NetGalley and I'm gonna have this sent to my Kindle. So what they did was they sent me a pre-approved link. They will pre-approve me for something so I don't have to request it and get an answer. I just automatically get it, which is nice. So I have just sent that over to my Kindle. So now I have a copy of Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix, and that one comes out January 14th. So it's still possible I could maybe get a physical copy. then they might not be sending any out yet, or they might not send any out at all. Grady Hendrix is a pretty popular author, so it might be one of those things where they don't need to send ARCs out of his books, but we'll see. But I do have a digital copy at least. So yeah, but I got that this morning, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Hey guys, okay, I have a little bit of an update. Today is September 18th. I just got an email this morning, and this is from St. Martin's Press Early Readers. So this is a newsletter that I'm a part of because I am somebody who has reviewed for St. Martin's Press before. Therefore, every once in a while we get some newsletters or some opportunities or giveaways or, just digital copies that you can go ahead and have access to. So that's what I have right here. It is, they're sharing their latest collection of digital review copies that are already pre-approved. So these are through NetGalley, and it's a big long list of books, and I'm looking through them, and lo and behold, I'm seeing Where Shadows Meet, which is one of the books that I have requested. Now, this is not in response to my request at all. This is just something that has gone out, but I do now have a pre-approved NetGalley link for it. So even if I don't get a physical copy of it, I have a NetGalley copy now. So I'm going to go ahead and just take that. And then that way when I do read it, even if I still get it physically, I'll have a NetGalley one that I can review as well. I'll have access on my Kindle. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on it. And I'm going to go ahead and download it to my Kindle. So this is a pre-approved thing. This is the one that comes out in April. And I'm going to go ahead and send it to my Kindle, and then now I have a copy of it. So I'm good to go on that one. I could still hear from them personally, possibly, if they decide to reach back out to me, but I at least have a NetGalley copy, so I do have a copy of that. Ready to go. Hey guys, okay, today is October 5th, and last night my husband and I got home and we checked the mail a little bit late because we were out. And sitting in the mailbox, my husband went out, checked the mail, came back in, he handed me a package. He's like, here. And it was sitting in the mailbox, and I opened it without even thinking last night. And this is from Source Books. And to tell you that I shrieked. They actually sent me the Ashley Winstead book. And I don't feel worthy. And I don't feel good enough. Yeah. So I didn't get like an email response or anything saying absolutely we'll send you something, it just showed up. So that's one reason I put my address in my emails, because sometimes they will just do that. So I take a chance, but oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I can't even. The way I just hugged this book as soon as I opened it. I shrieked, and then I hugged it, and my husband was like, and you're excited? I said, yes, I am. I'm so excited. So yeah, now this does not come out until the end of March. So I'm not going to read it yet, because as much as part of me wants to just drop everything and read this, I want to read it closer to publication so it's more fresh in my mind when it's coming out and I'm actually like promoting it and talking about it. So I want to wait a little bit. But it's here, it's in my hands. I'm stupid excited about this. Like, I can't believe this. I can't believe they sent it to me. I really can't. I thought maybe I would get a NetGalley link, maybe. But nope, they sent me the physical copy, and I just, oh, thank you so much, Source Books. I can't even. I'm so excited. Okay, so that's the update for this. And yeah, all right, I'll let you know when/if anything else comes about. Hey guys, okay, today is December 2nd. So skipping ahead here, and I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog because I have not heard anything back about any of the other books that I requested. About the Murderbot Diaries, I didn't hear anything about that. And then I did not hear anything about Beautiful Ugly either. However, I do have access to Beautiful Ugly on
Edelweiss. So I can go ahead and download that now. Edelweiss is mainly for librarians and booksellers, and I was able to get into that when I was working at Barnes & Noble, and then once you're in, you're in. They don't kick you off. So I do still have access to that site, and I do utilize it. I check every few days. I kind of check and see what's popped up on there to see if I can just kind of download stuff. I don't have to get approved. I just have immediate access to it. So I do have access to that one now. I didn't necessarily get it from publishers, but I will be able to read it before January, which is nice. But I did not hear back from the publisher at all about that one. But the other 3 I do have. So very happy about that. And I just wanted to share that with you. And just there's no other news now, so we're just going to go ahead and move on. But I wanted to share all this information. I hope it was helpful. I know that there are some people who make some goals for the new year about possibly reaching out to publishers to see if they can get some early copies. So if that's you, or you wanted some tips on that, this is my process for it. And I'm relatively successful. Again, not everything. I didn't even hear back from 2 of the publishers about these books, but the other 3 I did. So I was very happy about that. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions at all. I really hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day.